Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Emily at Thriving on a Budget. Today we're going to be cash unstuffing the purchases we made over the last week. I do have a couple that probably exceeded what I have in my envelopes right now, so I'm also going to talk about how I address that when that happens during the month. So let's get started. Our first transaction is out of our monthly subscriptions. Ooh, already making a mess. So that is an Apple transaction for $3, $1, 2, 3, which is actually good starting off with taking ones. So now in monthly subscriptions, we have 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 200, 210, 215, 216, 217. I'm gonna check that off. So here's one where we don't have enough money in the envelope. So in our annual subscriptions, we had Amazon Prime pull. So it was $148 after taxes. It's the only subscription I've ever seen where they charge taxes on the annual subscription. Usually it's a flat rate, but not Amazon apparently. So it was $148, and in annual subscriptions we had 50, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 105. So 148, I'm just doing this off camera because it's not enough space. So I still need $43 to finish paying for this. So what I'm gonna do is I pull the 105. I'm trying to get myself a Post-it note and they don't wanna come apart. So I still owe 43. So I cash stuff this envelope 4 times a month. So my next cash stuffing, I plan on stuffing $40, I'm sorry, and then I'm gonna pull the 3 from buffer. So, I mean, it would be ideal if I could just put everything I need in the first paycheck in every envelope, but obviously we all know that that's not how budgeting works unless you have a lot of cash at the beginning of the month. So I have to spread out like my monthly budgeted amounts over the paychecks. So I plan for the next paycheck to have $40 going into this account. So this should clear this IOU because I knew it was coming, but I also knew I didn't have enough money for it. So that's what we'll do. We pull it, what we have so far. I'll put the IOU on my tracker. I don't think I'm gonna need 100, but I'm just gonna leave that slot open. Okay, so I'm gonna put, so what I do when I don't fully clear a transaction and I know I need to come back to it, instead of checking it off, I put a dot. So I know to come back and look at this and look at the tracker and see what still needs to be taken care of before I can check it off. So our next one, let me stay in this binder. So we're gonna move to pets. So pets, we had a transaction for $12. And then I had another transaction for pets. Where are we? For $50. So that's $62. So we have $60 in here right now. And again, pets is another one where I put in $20 a week. So at the end of the month, I'll have $80, but it's only $2 that I'm short. So I'll just pull it from buffer. So I'll pull this 60, right? And then I'll go into my buffer envelope and pull the 2 that I need to clear this transaction because that is what my buffer is there for. Okay. So those 2 transactions for pets are cleared. See if there's anything else in this binder. Nope. Oh, yes. So we had a transaction. It's in another binder, but we're just going to move to that one. We had to order a headboard for my daughter. So that with taxes came to $82. And you'll notice I round everything. I don't do cents. I just round up. Here we are. So in our house, we need to pull $82. So 20, 40, 60. You know, actually I'm going to cash in 100. No, I'm not. I have the cash. I'm just going to stick with the cash. So 82. So we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 2. So in house, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. So $518 in house left. And a lot of times when I have like a bigger transaction like this come out of an envelope, I'll plan for my next cash stuffing if I can to like put a little bit more in there to just try and kind of bulk it up a little bit faster. If I have the money, which I don't always have the money. So that's it for house. And I think everything else should be out of my spending binder. This is that pretty dashboard from Ash Plans that I linked in my last video. So our next purchase will be groceries for $3. And then I have another grocery purchase for $130. And I think that's it for groceries. So that's $133 out of groceries. So 1, 30, 1, 2, 3. So in groceries, we have 50, 100, 20, 40, 65, 66, 67. So we still have $167 left in groceries. I'm really trying to like get our grocery budget down lower. I'm amazed at how low some people have their groceries. I mean, we're a family of 5 and I'm trying my darndest, but it is really tough. So we will cross off both of those grocery purchases. And then Costco is 100. So that's what we have in the Costco envelope. So we'll pull all of that. We'll cross that off. So Costco is another area where depending on how many times a month we go, sometimes we'll go like every 2 weeks, or sometimes we'll go like once a month and do a really big shop. So sometimes I'll pull what I have in my Costco envelope and then we'll divide the rest of that purchase across my groceries over like 2 weeks. Or if it's a really, really, really big Costco haul that we haven't gone in a long time and we're getting a lot of things, especially a lot of proteins to like freeze back, sometimes I'll divide it across all 4 weeks of the month. So if we spend like $550 at Costco, something like that, and we're buying a lot of things that are for the entire month, I'll split that transaction up into like 4 pieces, and then I will essentially bill it against every week of my groceries. So that's kind of what we'll do here. So where are we? Where's my Costco? So this groceries is actually Costco. So what I did, I had $100 in Costco, so I took it off the bill. And then this groceries, there's $260 left, so I split it in half. So 130 will go against this week and 130 will go against next week. We use credit cards, so it's not as critical for us because if we don't have the cash, I know that we're planning for it for the next week, and we don't carry balances on our credit cards, so they always get paid off before they're due. So it works for us. Other people, it may make them nervous, like splitting transactions across multiple weeks. But if I could fully fund every envelope at the very beginning of the month, I would, but we just don't have enough money. So let's see, let's move on to household. This was also at Costco, and I don't think I have enough money in my household envelope right now. But I will, after next week, pay the rest of it. So I have 10, 20, 30, 35, 36, $37 in my household envelope. So I bought paper towel, which we all know is like crazy expensive, and a large thing of laundry detergent at Costco. So that was $45 just for 2 things. So we have 37, so 45 minus 37. So that's $8 as a delta. So let me see how much I have in I don't like to pull a lot from my buffer because I don't like to depend on it, but I have quite a bit built up in here. So I think I'm just gonna pull it from buffer to make it a complete transaction that I don't need to carry over. I used to pull my buffer at the end of the week, but I've been letting it build up lately, just have a little extra sitting in there. So now we have $45. So we can pay that and check it off, and we don't have to have it hanging out until next week. Let's see. I think I just have one kids, so $3 from kids. 1, 2, 3. And now kids has 10, 20, 35, $36 still. So we'll check that off. Wawa is $25. And I just reload the app. So we'll pull that and check that off. Oh, I have one more purchase to take out of that binder. I forgot about that one. But let's finish this binder first. So my husband and I did go to Faux. So we spent our date night money. So that was $63 with tip. So we're gonna pull 65 and take 2 back. So now we have $12 left in date night. Local brews, my husband did get a nice bottle of scotch, so 20, 40, 60, 65, 70, 75. So we have 75 in here. I cashed up $25 a paycheck, so there's another 25 coming for this. So I'm gonna pull, it was 106 with tax minus 75. So we still owe $31 on that. So I'm just gonna pull the 75. I'll put a dot there. The thing I will say about the way I do this and like IOUs in general is if you find yourself like not being able to cover your IOUs or not having a plan to cover your IOUs or not being confident that you can cover them within like the next paycheck because of how you budget your month, then maybe you need to rethink how you're doing IOUs. But for us, it works. Like I know what the next cash stuffing is going to be for this envelope because they're all pretty standard across the board. But obviously, you know, if I notice it becomes a problem for me, I will, you know, rethink my system. So there's a dot next to local brews, so I know to come back to that the next unstuffing. And then eating out, oh, I did have one eating out. It was for a hot dog at Costco. It was, oh, of course I have no small bills in here. That was $2, so we need $8 back. I think we have all large bills in here. So now left in eating out was 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 86, 87, $88 left in eating out. Check off that. And I think the last transaction was back in house again. I forgot about this one. We had to get an air filter for our furnace, and you know, air filters are crazy expensive. $24 for an air filter, absolute insanity. But it needed to be changed. So $24. What do I got in here? All right, I guess I'm gonna have to exchange one of my hundreds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 25, and then we'll take our dollar change back. Oop, make it a mess. So in house we have left 1, 2, 3, 4, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4. So $4.94 left in house. And then I'll transfer that money. Okay, so that's it for our transactions for the past week. We have 2 transactions to come back to in the next unstuffing. One is pulling the remainder of my Amazon Prime subscription, and then the rest of what we would cash stuff for the local Brews envelope. And then we should be square. So that's it. This is my system. Obviously, what I do may not work for other people, but so far for us, it's been working. It does help that we are credit card users, so we do have a little bit of a time buffer in order to, you know, let that next cash stuffing happen to be able to pull the rest of the money. Whereas if you are a pure, you know, cash budgeter, you're limited by what you have in your envelopes. But, you know, whatever everyone does for themselves and that works for their family and their budget is great. I think this community is amazing, and I am absolutely in awe every time I watch videos about what people of all different budgets and income levels are doing with their money and being successful. So, you know, kudos to everybody. But thank you for watching. I think I'll have a cash planning coming on Thursday for my paycheck coming on Friday, and then Friday I'll have a cash stuffing as well. I did have rollover from my last cash stuffing from groceries, and I had said that I was going to decide what I wanted to do with that money. So I was considering doing a mini Mondays, but I have so many savings challenges going on right now, and I really want to focus on finishing those out first before I like delve into more savings challenges. So what I did was I took 50 of that rollover and put it in my Costco envelope like I normally would. And then I took the rest and I put them into my Pi Savings Challenge and my Infinity Savings Challenge, because this next cash stuffing, those probably aren't going to get touched, maybe, but usually the second and the fourth paychecks of the month are a little tighter than the first and the third. So in terms of just like money we have to cash stuff. So, but thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I will see you back on Thursday. Bye-bye.